Yeah.
No, you don't. What's the maintenance like? And what's your maintenance network like?
Great question. So just like the total package, so the machine itself is $20,000 cost for the equipment. And then it's a $99 a month service fee, and that covers everything.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different than like the standard like 1 year warranty. And then our service network, it's a split model between direct service technicians and then Bond as our third party. And the reason we have that is we are highly incentivized to make sure that all of our partners are up and running, because if they're not up and running, they're not making drinks. If they're not making drinks, they're not making drinks, they're not making money, and if they're not making drinks, they're not ordering ingredients from us. So we don't want to rely on like the standard service network, like lead time, response time. So we always try to send our guys out there first. If we can't, or if there's someone closer like a Bond, then we'll send them. So it's just first available because we're trying to get it up and running as quick as possible.
What's your network like in the Caribbean?
0. We're just in the U.S. right now.
Okay. Because a bunch of resorts are getting redone down there right now.
Okay. I mean that.
I will say, like, a bunch of work is happening in the Caribbean as far as updating. We just did 2, have 3 more coming up, and this would be something for like all-inclusive resorts.
Okay. I mean, and that's good to know. And because next year we're looking right now of where we're going to expand internationally. And the reason we haven't yet is just how we're set up as a company. So I mentioned like the direct sales. I mean, we could train service down there, but the other part of like that barista like direct sales force is we have another team, the account managers. And what they do is they are responsible they get a list of accounts within their territory, and they have to hit those accounts every 6 weeks is a goal for them. And that's just like a preventative maintenance type of thing, coming in, making sure like equipment is like clean, things are working properly, like things are hooked up. And so that's why we have not expanded yet, is because we have so much like direct teams in place here, and we've never really wanted to like outsource that. Like this is our first partnership with like using a rep group.
Question, are you guys going to ever go towards, speaking of hospitals and
Okay. All right. Are you gonna start with the training, or is she gonna start?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So she's gonna start, but like do like training stuff, and then like I'm gonna talk like just anything like sales related or like strategy. So if that's the case, like do I have to be like next to her to talk into that, or?
If you're close to her, I think it'll pick it up. But you want to pinch this onto your shirt? It's a microphone.
This feels official. All right. I think just like, oh, perfect. Okay.
Is there, like, if we change the mic, like, if that's easier, like, is there, like, that muffling noise, like, is that?
There will be, but there's a delay too. So she's gonna sit in there. If they have any questions, they'll type it out on the chat. Go for it.
I could always just hold it too and then pass it to you. Maybe that would minimize at least some of the noise too, but whatever works.
All right.
Who, do you know who's all on this from your team?
We got 6 people. So there's a bunch of people that Chris can't make it, Summer can't make it.
That's a good guy.
Yeah, oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He does, I mean, like, and he will use, we respond to him and help him.
Isn't that crazy how, like,
He's like,
that,
nobody will respond to me.
We got
Like, don't call factories. I don't wanna work with this rep group.
like, since I've started in the industry, I'm sure it's saying you guys, but it's like, people may seem like it's rocket science, like, pick up the phone, or call someone back that you can't pick up. Yeah.
So just pretend you're training Jonathan and I. It's a weird one. So we've got 8 people on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let me go check in there, and then we should be good to go.
Why am I like terrified? I'm like, this feels like so official.
Back beyond. We're just talking. Some stuff.
Cool.
I think like once the questions kind of start coming in, I imagine I can probably just like take them.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. That sounds good.
I don't know what I was making. When I was making a blended drink earlier, like I did like a little bit of a heaping scoop, like not like excessive, but it seemed like very thick.
Did you see that ice type SOP that I sent you?
I-
Because there's some information on that I guess I didn't realize was the standard. So some of that was new to me too, but Jill sent me that last night.
And I just made
So it looks like, yeah, for the 16-ounce smoothies, it'll just be one of these, but if they were doing 20 ounces, then it would be this one. So I guess I wouldn't even...
I think really we'll probably just do 4 drinks, and then unless anyone else wants to see else, but
Cool,
I
so we
think
can do like the coffee, the mango, a smoothie, and then
something colorful. I think
maybe just this. I feel like this one's always a cool one
Yeah.
to see. Okay. Do you want me to bring up like boba at all or no?
If just like when we make the like mango one, because I'll top it with the dragon fruit.
And then I'll just mention the other types of, okay,
Yeah.
all right, that sounds good. Cool,
All right, we are ready. So,
awesome, good to start?
yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so tell me about Batrista.
So, my name is Alexia. I'm a sales operations engineer over at Batrista. So I will start by kind of just going over a brief explanation of the machine. This is your iPad touchscreen, super easy to use. This is your entire menu of drinks. Up here on the right-hand side is 4 bibs or bag-in-a-box ingredients in the ambient storage. These are all numbered on the machine here and then actually on the connectors themselves. And then if you open up the refrigerator down here, you have 8 more bibs down here that are refrigerated. And then going into actually making your drinks. So, touchscreen here, we're gonna start with a coffee. So what I'll do is I'll just tap on the drink that I wanna make. Right here you have 1 cup size, we're doing 16-ounce cups. And then right here you see sugar level. It always starts at regular or 100%. You can adjust to 0, half, or extra sugar as well. One thing to note here is that all you're doing to adjust the sugar level is adjusting how much cane sugar ingredient goes into that drink, not the actual sugar level of the drink or sugar content of the drink. So once I'm all set with my selections here, go ahead and hit add to queue. Before you start making the drink, you want to take your blender off of the sensor, flip it over onto your cup rinser on the right, and just push down for about 4 to 5 seconds. Place it back on the sensor and then hit start here. It takes about 20 seconds and all of the ingredients are individually dispensed and then blended through the honeycomb blender.
Everything on the screen is pre-programmed, so when the unit arrives, you plug it in, that menu's ready to go. So there's no actual like anything that customer site needs to do.
Yes, so when the machine is installed and it is hooked up to Wi-Fi and we're going through the installation wizard, the menu is already pre-downloaded to the machine. So all I have to do from the Batrista end is just hit download menu, and then once this is activated, all of your drinks will already be on the machine ready to go after you plug in the ingredients. So when you pour your drink, you want to have about 3/4 of the way full of ice, and then just pour over the top here. And there is your sweet cream cold brew. I'll place that here, and then next thing what you want to do is flip the blender back over the rinser one more time. Press down for about 4 to 5 seconds. Place it back on the sensor, and you are ready to go for your next drink. I will show you a smoothie or a blended drink next. Let me see. We can do this Maui Cocoa Crush. So same thing, what you want to do is you want to tap the drink you want to make, cup size, sugar level, and add to queue. The one thing that's different with your smoothies is you have a different blender. So stainless steel blender is for all of your iced drinks. And then the plastic one here with the lid and the funnel is for all of your ice or your frozen drinks. So we'll place this one on the sensor. I will throw this lid and funnel to the side, and then what you want to do, it's probably really loud, 1 heaping scoop of ice right here in the blender, and then place the lid and funnel on there firmly. Now, when this is added to queue, specifically for the smoothie drinks, it'll give us a reminder here before we hit start on the drink. 1 is use the smoothie blender and add 1 full scoop of ice. And then 2 is place the lid on firmly. So we'll hit start here. This one takes about 30 seconds to blend your frozen drinks and then 20 seconds for your iced drinks. Dragon fruit in this one too. Yep. Yeah, that sounds good. So after your smoothie is done, you can hit complete on the screen. What we'll do is we'll take this lid in the funnel and just kind of throw it in the rinsing sink for now so that we can pour our drink. One thing to note here specifically with this smoothie blender, typically when you go to grab it, you'll grab it like this and pour, but what you want to do for this one here is just cup your hand underneath it. It just makes sure that there's not any extra pressure going on to the smoothie blender handle. And then just kind of shake to pour here. And here is your frozen drink. And then we also have some toppings I'll show you on this drink and then one of our ice drinks. This one is a freeze-dried dragon fruit. I'm gonna make a mess. And we will let this sit. Adding the freeze-dried topping to the top of the drink creates a really beautiful ombre color that all of the customers love. So I'll leave that one here and then we'll try to rinse this out. So rinsing this blender is a little bit different than rinsing your stainless steel blender. If the customer has the time, what you want to do is you want to separate the lid and the funnel. You literally just twist and pull off. I'll throw the funnel on top of the rinser with the blender on top of that. Press down here. Place this back over here. And then same thing, I'll throw the lid down, make a diamond shape on top of the blender just so the water has somewhere to come out of. And then put it back on the sensor. When we give these blenders to customers, usually we will give them 2 lids and funnels because not every time they have the time to actually take this apart and rinse this. These can also just be rinsed in a sink too, but if they don't have the time and they need to go, they can just throw that one to the side and then use the extra one that we send them. So I will try one more ice drink just to show you that freeze-dried dragon fruit again. And talking about toppings, we do have some other toppings, such as different kinds of boba. We have like a strawberry popping boba, mango popping boba, a brown sugar tapioca that is really good, and then some other freeze-dried ingredients as well. So this one here is like a mango lemonade, and then we're gonna pour that freeze-dried dragon fruit on top. And then we are going to leave that sit here. So that is how to make drinks. That is kind of the overview of the machine. And then we can start to go through some questions if there's any.
Check.
Cool. I need to rinse this.
That's kind of question. How many drinks can you add to the queue at one time?
So adding drinks to the queue, you can do, let's find out how many we can do. It looks like I can just keep on going. So if your customers have a line of like 10 people and they all want to buy drinks, you can keep adding them to the queue so that you remember all of those drinks. Now, when you add these to the queue, you have to remember that your customer will still have to take the blender off, rinse it, put the blender back on, or if you're doing an ice drink first and then a frozen drink, obviously you'll switch the blender types, but you can add all of these drinks to your queue as well so that you can remember them. The queue does not hook up to any type of like POS. It doesn't print a ticket or it doesn't show up if you have a POS order. It will not automatically add to the queue.
Can the school create their own drinks? No.
I'll let you take that.
Yeah, I can probably just take that. Yeah.
Cool.
Everything like menu related, so on the school side, that is already preset. The menus are preset, but you can like choose like the categories. for everything else. So menus will have for schools like a couple of different menus pre-selected for them. There's zero customization there, but anybody else just sticking on the customization side is there's different category options that we offer, and they can select those categories. So there's a little bit of customization there, like with the actual menu selection, but we're trying to keep it streamlined as possible. And just background there, like when we first started going to market, we would let anybody customize any drink option, whether it was a mom and pop to, multi-unit chain, school, and just that process was, to be honest, it was a headache because it was so long. So by going to these preset menus, it just helps speed up that sales cycle process, is the reasoning behind it.
So how does the customization process work? Like you said that before this unit ships, the drink program is already finalized, right?
Right. Yeah, so that's just the conversation before we place that order, and I can resend that to you to share with the team, but essentially there's a baseline menu and then there's add-on categories. So those add-on categories would be a dessert option, a Thai tea option, a coffee option, and then a matcha option. So, but yeah, that's something like on that specific type of menu when you can choose those categories that we will need finalized before we ship the machine, so everything can come pre-programmed. And obviously we have to ship the ingredients as well.
Okay. So my team has a target of a list of targets for universities. Obviously that's a good market for this product. Where have you guys been the most successful? And what should the salespeople be targeting when selling this?
To just college and universities and...
No, like outside of universities, where are
got it.
They can focus on pushing these?
Yeah, great question. So entertainment is a very strong vertical for us, and entertainment is anything like theme park, water park, zoos, aquariums, any place. And just how we kind of target our kind of customers in general is like typical, from my past background of selling, cooking equipment like Alto-Shaam or something holding where you kind of sell it and you're done with it. We try and target like high traffic areas. So any places that people are spending extended periods of time, whether that's by choice or not. So like by choice is theme parks, water parks, movies, places like that, or not by choice is like schools, obviously, healthcare, things like that. So, on the by choice, like going to a zoo or something entertainment, families are going out and they're planning on spending money, like spending the entire day there. So it's okay. So, they're okay with paying that higher price point. And then obviously if not by choice, like healthcare, just better options for them.
I'm giggling 'cause
Why?
the first thing you said not by choice was school. like schools.
I mean, I don't know. Did anybody want to go to school when they were there? Work is also another good one. Work is also another good one. BNI.
So what does the ROI look like for a customer? I mean, what are some, you guys probably have some case studies or, something to show the return on investment.
Yeah, I'll and I can share more examples, and so everyone has a copy of it. But typically, just across the board, like the typical cost on ingredients for a drink is $1.50 to $2, and $2 on the higher end if there's a topping like freeze-dried fruit, boba, things like that. And then just kind of like that profit, the typical profit, a restaurant is probably on the lower end of that, like $3 a profit. Though they're typically a lower price point, but anything like schools, work, entertainment, healthcare, can have a higher price point. So the actual profit per drink can be anywhere from, $4, $5, $6. Entertainment, we have some places that are doing like $8. So depending on that profit per drink, if just in general, if you have like a $3.50 price point, if you do about 30 drinks a month, or a day, I'm sorry, and for like that entire month, it's about like $3,000 per profit. So it's about like an 8 months, 6 to 8 months ROI, like on paying off the equipment itself. So again, kind of why we target like high traffic areas as well, because if you have a zoo, for example, that's doing 100 drinks a day, I mean, that ROI is going to be around like 2 to 3 months. You know, another thing too, I don't know if there's any other questions, but I will say like, kind of how also just we look at identifying good customers, that helps us is looking for beverage gaps. So like, you know, restaurant, for example. So, I mean, it's typical that a restaurant's gonna have their, you know, their fountain drinks. But also, if they have their fountain drinks and maybe like a bottle of water or like a canned beverages, like that's a really good beverage gap for us. And that's what we say, like beverage gap, like couple of options. That's a good target. It's obviously the more drinks that the, like a restaurant, we'll just stay on restaurants, that a restaurant has, is you're competing with a lot of other drink options there. So, you know, that could potentially, I guess, affect the number of drinks that they're could serve out of this. So it may not be as profitable for them. So like getting people to install the machine is great, but it also, you know, why we try and focus on like high traffic or high volume locations is so they can make money off of this machine, because, you know, margins on like fountain drinks and canned or bottled drinks are very low. And if they're putting this in there today, it's, you know, $3 plus profit per drink.
There were some questions about cleaning, like daily cleaning lines. I told them that they need to clean it every day for, it's an hour. You like kind of babysit for a half an hour and then you can walk away. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that at all.
Yeah, sure. Great question. And really that cleaning is dependent on the ingredients and the beverages that they're offering. If it's they're doing like a coffee drink and they have a non-dairy creamer, that's going to need to be cleaned every day through like the full cleaning process. But if they don't have that, then it could be like a week or 2 weeks depending on those drinks. And we can share, like, depending on those ingredients, how often it needs to be cleaned. But a pretty good rule of thumb is like an in-depth cleaning, non-dairy creamer every day. If no non-dairy creamer, then weekly, maybe every other week. And that cleaning process, what that looks like is you would come up to the machine, and essentially you would put this on here. So you hit the clean button on here. This goes right where the blender would go. And then this screen will walk you through step by step of what you need to do. So you're just following along. And then it's about a 45-minute fully like self-clean process. So once you actually start it, you'll turn off the bib connectors, you'll close the bib connectors, and then go through that process. And then, you know, start to finish about 45 minutes from that process. But it is self-cleaning. And then other than that, it's just the wipe down of the machine itself.
You want to explain the direct model to the team? I don't think that's really been stressed to everybody by me. How we're going to market. Yeah, how we're not going through distribution.
Yeah, sure. So in our go-to-market strategy is direct. You know, we're not going through the dealer model, and that's a little bit and that is intentional. You know, initially as we were kind of going through this process, and actually, you know, Dave is one of the first people I spoke to, you know, about this. It's, you know, we're showing this to dealers, and you know, thought it was great, very cool, great drinks, but they weren't going to, you know, to push it to us. And so obviously rep involvement, you know, we wanted to bring reps on And so, that way, rather than feeding it through a dealer who they don't want to do that leg work, if you will, is just keep that reward with the rep groups and sell direct.
So don't go to your dealers and say, hey, we were at Bach Barista. Go directly to the end users. And if it's a chain that a dealer is heavily involved with, Jonathan will be the point person for it to keep us out of the weeds. So, Carl, I know you've got a bunch of chains. If one of them is interested in this, give that information to Jonathan and he'll be our point person for it.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, Dave and I spoke about this yesterday because, obviously from my Alto-Shaam and Quantum days, it's just a different business model for myself as well, and trying to figure out, the best strategy, for us together work, to sell it, but also to protect, you guys as well from that. So we kind of talked about those multi-unit operators, that go through a dealer, is make that, introduction to me and kind of play it as, hey, this may be a great option. Let me introduce you to this person that could be a good fit for you, and, kind of play it like that. And down the road, if, we put it into a place and a dealer, ultimately, is inquiring about it, we can have a conversation of what that looks like about getting it involved. We don't want to bring that, up yet, but if that does come up, we're willing to, to find a way to make it work so it also protects you guys a little bit more as well. Any other questions on there?
How many drink options does the normal startup usually go with?
It depends. So you saw that it can hold a total of 12 different ingredients. That kind of a baseline menu is 3 product categories and 3 drinks in those categories. So it can go anywhere from 9 to, if you add on those other 2, up to 2 categories. Those add-on categories have anywhere from 3 to 4 drinks. So maybe 15 or 16 drink total options. It also depends really on the the application too. And what we try and upfront work with them on, especially if it's say some sort of like a zoo or something in that entertainment space where it's if you put a lot of menu options on there, sometimes it's overwhelming and it kind of slows up the line and people kind of get that stage fright and may back out of it. So although it can do with the 12 ingredients and whatever combination like that can make, you can have that 16-ish, maybe a couple more drink options on there, but it's maybe not always the actual best solution for them by having too many drinks on there. But you can do upwards of 16. Just depends on the ingredients that are in there, and because you're cross-utilizing those as well.
All right, guys, any other questions?
And one thing, did you get a chance to zoom in on those drinks? Or I can bring it up here if it's easier. I just want to call out how far in, just so I don't know how well you can see on here. You can tell it bleed pretty well. So one reason we want to make these drinks and show it to you is, as you start to add toppings, you can see this is a mango lemonade with freeze-dried dragon fruit on it. And you can see it's starting to bleed into the actual drink itself. So, when the drink comes out as is, you're getting a really vibrant mango color with that dragon fruit color on it. So it's 2 bright colors, but then now you're also getting that bleed, so it's kind of playing together. So now you see people walking around with these drinks. Other people see them, they want to have them. So these really bright colors that play together very nicely is another kind of great feature to it. And then I don't know what social media is popular these days, but the TikTok and Instagram pictures.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, yeah. And then it always plays nice on marketing as well. Actually, that reminds me of one other thing too. On that back there, there's some marketing pieces. I'll just kind of show them really quick. So one thing too, we kind of took you high level over the equipment itself. So we have the equipment, the automated machine, it's great. We have the ingredients as well. But when we introduce Barista to someone, we say we're a beverage company. And the reason we say beverage company is, yes, we make the ingredients and the drinks as well, but we try and be a one-stop shop for our partners if they need it. So what that also entails is marketing and accessories. So we provide the option to all of our partners to do any marketing. Now it's generic, it's Barista. Oh, it's actually over here. I'm sorry. I see, it's on that table. Do you want to tell Alexia? Hey, we got it.
We got it.
Sorry, I moved it on you. You can grab a couple of those other things too. So I don't know. So you can see like that banner. The banner is an example of that there. So it really highlights the drinks. The marketing stuff is not customizable, so we won't put their logo on it, but we will put kind of generic drinks, banners, especially really popular with schools too, different type of marketing and POP. If I can turn around the right way. So things like this, college and universities, a lot of times we'll pass out little flyers and when we're doing startups, and different types of menu and marketing things. So we probably have about 50% of our partners who take us up on on the restaurant side. All the college and universities do, but everyone else is about a 50-50 split if they take us up on it or not. The reason being is sometimes if they're larger organizations, they just want to do their own thing. But if they're smaller organizations, like restaurants, park district, like high schools, we can, they will take us up on it because it's nice, appealing, and it draws in attention. And then the last thing is accessories. So if they need, we can provide the cups, straws, and lids as well. So we say, a complete package, one-stop shop.
All right. I don't think we have any other questions. You guys good?
Sorry, one last thing real quick. As you're going up and talking about the program, and just one thing I want to say, the idea initially, when this was created, we started deploying units in 2020, right? That was our first year we started launching to today. We have over 1,200 machines out there. So it's picked up a lot of steam throughout the country. And the idea, when this was created, is it's one vehicle. It should be one machine to get all of your beverage needs, moving forward, because the machine delivers it the same way. But, we can do different ingredients, so those can change, as the season change, can do LTO items. So comparing it to other equipment, today, if you want to do a shake program, do a Taylor or a Spaceman, I think today it's $20,000 for that, which is the price of this. If you want to do juice, whether that's a bubbler or a ZoomX, another couple $1,000 versus espresso machine, $6,000. So this machine replaces multiple pieces of equipment, so ultimately saves on cost in the long run, but also real estate as well. So now, if you want to open up some sort of beverage program, you don't have to offer multiple pieces of equipment.
All right. I think we're good. And then you're our contact for questions in the field, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I'll send out Jonathan's contact info after this call.
Feel free to reach out any questions. Good?
Yep. Thanks, Jonathan.